Hello all, I'm just down here watering our animals real quick, but I want to tell you a little bit about Charlie Kirk's memorial and what I thought about it.
Our local town did a memorial service for him. They actually live streamed it from Arizona, so they wanted to do it in real time, and our family decided to go.
The movie theater was decorated very nicely. They had like posters of him and little candles in all the aisles, and the movie theater was actually really packed.
It was sitting in that theater, the most packed theater that I've ever seen, by the way, that it all was just so crazy.
Really enjoyed seeing the gradual approach of the higher-ups in our great country pay their respects to this great debater and great speaker and a great Christian man. As I really was impressed with their willingness and their bravery for coming out and speaking like Christian men, which is what we're proud of.
And it was very nice to see a bunch of politicians actually be saying God and Christ. They don't usually use that type of stuff, so it's very nice to actually see that again.
A few days ago, I was surprised to hear the news that Charlie Kirk had been shot and killed while speaking in public. The news was shocking me at the time, but it didn't really affect me too much. I had heard the name. I didn't really know who he was very much.
But one of them was talking about The Naked Communist, which is actually a book that Faustina and I had read in high school. And in this book, at the end of it, they say, the author writes that some of the goals for the Communist Party is to take over education and to take over Hollywood.
One of Charlie Kirk's main things was talking to my generation about how they were going to change the future. He was changing the future. The young people were watching him change the future. But what he was asking out of all of the young people was, what are you going to do to save America?
And I think that they have really conquered in those areas. Of course, Charlie Kirk's focus was on attacking communism in the educational realm, but my family feels called to take on communism in the entertainment realm.
In answer to that question, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be continuing to combat the terrors of Hollywood. I'm going to keep telling good stories, Catholic stories that feed the soul, not ones that are damaging to our culture.
That they're both equally important and they equally need our attention. So I'm really glad that that inspiration, that area is equally as important as attacking the evil that's coming into our education system.
I feel like this is really another branch of that same fight, and I'm really honored to be fighting alongside Charlie Kirk.
And of course, another person who really struck me as quite admirable and such a pillar of strength. She reminded me of Zita of Austria. Was Erika Kirk. She is amazing.
Maybe this is the U.S. turnaround, but we don't know yet.
I didn't even know what Charlie Kirk looked like until I started watching. I did not realize that he had 2 young children. And the overwhelming feeling, I was surrounded by crying people in this theater, but my overall feeling was one of just anger.
Beautiful, amazing woman. So young, so sad, but so strong and so brave.
It was hard because, I knew that things like this happened in the past. There have been many martyrs and, like even our Lord. And it's hard to feel like learn of me for I am meek and humble of heart. And that was just kind of the lesson that I was learning at the time. And I am so grateful to Erika Kirk for coming out and saying that she forgave the assassin.
It wasn't easy for her to stand up in front of, 300,000 people and to say that she forgave her husband's murderer. It was so inspiring. She's so beautiful, such a role model for young people, especially young ladies.
It was really, really noble of her to do that, and it really struck me. It took away a little bit of my anger as well.
What I was thinking too was, assassin usually thinks that when he does get what he wants, he usually destroys and the thing the person had falls apart. We actually see here that it was actually growing. I mean, even our little movie theater, it was so packed that the overfill was going up into the attic, which isn't usually used. So even seeing here that maybe Charlie Kirk did bring America back together, and maybe he will bring America back to the kingship of Christ.
And things might get dangerous, but we cannot give up, we cannot be afraid, and that's the lesson of Charlie Kirk's life.